Alright guys, so we're back today to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake and the likelihood of them releasing a public demo for everyone to play. As most of you know, there is two demos out there. There's one that's playable at E3. The E3 demo was a lot more restricted than the press demo. It was a lot shorter. It's pretty much just the Scorpion boss fight and had a little less features. The press demo, however, was the entire bombing mission run from the point of Cloud getting off the train all the way to the Guard Scorpion boss fight, so it was a lot lengthier. Clearly, a public demo is something that the entire community wants. Anybody who's at all interested in Final Fantasy VII Remake wants to play. We've had so many years of silence that it'd be nice to actually get the game in our hands, even if it's just a demo. Now, the actual likelihood of them dropping a public demo for everybody to play is pretty damn high. For starters, the original game, Final Fantasy VII, back in like 96 to 98, had like 4 separate demos. One of them allowed you to use Tifa during the bombing mission. One of them allowed you to use Aerith during the bombing mission. One of them had something to do with Mount Corel, and the other one lets you fight in the battle square at Gold Saucer, essentially just a combat demo. That alone adds to the possibility of there being a demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake. The original game back in the 90s had 4 separate demos. They really wanted you to play this game, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same. This is a very ambitious game. They want people to play this. They want people to enjoy this, both old and new players. And even moving on from just FF7, every numbered entry since then has had a demo of sorts. 8, 9, 10, 10-2, 12, 13, not sure about the other 13 games, and 15. 11 and 14 didn't really have demos because those are MMO games, but they've had free trials, I'm assuming, so that's kind of the same thing, I guess. The point of all that is, pretty much since Final Fantasy VII, and maybe even before then, they've released a demo for every single Final Fantasy. And by that I mean a public demo, something that we can play at home. We don't have to go to E3 or some sort of gaming convention or whatever the case to play the game. Like, you have the game at home yourself. You can play as many times as you want. Even as recent as Final Fantasy XIII, they were still doing physical disc demos. I don't know if there was a digital version as well, but obviously nowadays a lot of stuff's digital. Final Fantasy XV had digital demos. It's so much easier these days. You don't have to print a physical disc and ship it alongside PlayStation Magazine or put it in a game case with another game to try to help boost sales of that game because it offers this brand new Final Fantasy game demo. These days it's pretty simple. You just put it on the PlayStation Network. It's just data. People just got to download it. If they do this, the obvious best route is a free demo. We've seen this with Final Fantasy XV. The Platinum demo was completely free. There is also the possibility of there being some sort of a paywall, which is going to piss off a lot of people, but maybe if you place a pre-order, you can get the demo. I know that sounds bad. I'm not saying I want that, but that's just a possibility. But I mean, at the same time, after you play the demo, you can just cancel your pre-order, so it's not really that big of a deal. But still, free-to-play is absolutely the best route, and I think it's the one they would take. Again, Final Fantasy XV was the most recent Final Fantasy game, and it had a free demo, so I don't know why they would have some sort of paywall for this one. And this is honestly the best way to build hype for this game. We're less than a year from release, assuming there's no delays, and pretty much everybody that has actually physically played the game at E3 is gushing about it, about how good it is. This game was taking all kinds of awards during E3. People who've played it absolutely love it. You have people on the sideline who are watching trailers and gameplay are saying, I don't like this, I don't like that they're changing that, but you haven't actually played the game. This is the best way to build hype. Let people just play the game and they'll decide for themselves. People who are skeptical, who may not buy the game, can download the demo for free, play it. If they like it, you have another person buying your game. It's my personal belief that they will drop a public demo for this game at some point in time that you can download probably on the PlayStation Network. Because it wouldn't really make sense if they didn't. They've had a public demo for every single Final Fantasy since at least Final Fantasy VII, which was 22 years ago. Every main numbered entry, which they're considering FF7 Remake to be a main numbered entry, has had some sort of a public demo that everybody could play. So if they didn't do that for this game, it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. As for when they might release a demo for this game, that's kind of hard to know, obviously, but if we look back simply to Final Fantasy XV, the Platinum demo dropped 8 months before the release of the actual game. It came out March 2016, the game dropped November 2016, and we're about 9 months out from the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake, so they could really announce a public demo at any point in time. The gaming events coming up that they might be at, because we don't know exactly when we're next going to see Final Fantasy VII Remake. We got Tokyo Game Show later this year and PlayStation Experience, or at some sort of a state of play. I'm not sure how often those happen, but it seems to be every couple of months or so. To kind of wrap up the entire video, I think a public demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake is all but guaranteed. If we look at the track record of Square Enix in the Final Fantasy series, again, I said it so many times in the video, they've dropped a demo for every single game. So it just would not make sense for them to not put out a demo for this one as well. And sort of a channel update, I think in the next couple days, I'm just going to go buy a PS4 regardless, because even if this game were to launch on Xbox One as well, I think the demo would be PlayStation only, so I'm just going to get a PS4. But either way, that's the video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to stay up to date with more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @the-david. I'm a Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit